Hello. 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 Here we go. Hey, being me. Wondering how long it would take people to start coming in. Hey, Waffles. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Color Purple. Hey, that. Meh. Meh. Hey, Mel. As far as my day went, I ordered some Sandy Bears for supper. That's pretty much how my day. Yes, I was off today. So I got myself some Sandy Bears for supper. And that's basically it. That is about the extent of my day so far, really. So, yeah. Online bingo. Yeah. I don't know about that. Bingo isn't really for me. Hey, Pika. Canadians who do it. Jordan! Thank you for 16 goddamn months, Jordan. 16 fucking months. Jeez. Goddamn. It's been a while. Your mom loves bingo? I don't think my mom has particularly strong feelings about bingo one way or the other. She doesn't. She certainly doesn't go out to play it. Yeah, I don't think my mom really likes bingo. Hey, Jenna. Go to the courthouse and make this thing official. Your mom's 80. Hey, troll, please. Yeah, my mom's in her 70s. I mean, actually, Jenna usually stops after 1 to 2 hours. Either 1 or 2 hours, depending on what day of the week it is. My mom's enough. I mean, only because neither my brother nor myself have had kids. Chantal's birthday? Indeed, it is. I actually kind of forgot. Hey, Nancy. No, I already ate, Nancy. We are. It's looking like we probably will be. I mean, my cousin has a kid. Hey, Lizzie. And yes, happy birthday to Chantal. I won't drink it. She does, but she does want grandkids. I have absolutely no interest in kids whatsoever. I'm just not having kids. Period. Big news. The big news that I don't want kids. I'm pregnant. It's all food babies. Chantel's TikTok disappeared too. Hey, movie guy. I did not realize it disappeared, so I could not tell you. I mean, I don't even have TikTok. So, jaundice. Mayoralize muffin. I have no. Yeah, I got nothing. I got my big news is that I still have depression. Woo! Good for me for your meetup and live stream it. Modicum lapdog. Actually, the big news is like, here's what? Is it next week? Is it next week that Discovery comes back? Hey, Comic Brook. Don't get demonetized. The eclipse? Sleep. My plan for the eclipse is to sleep until my shift. Sleep until 5 in the evening. Or probably 5:30. April 4th. Shit, yeah, next Thursday. Hey, SYL. Final season of Star Trek Discovery starts next Thursday. Gonna be looking forward to that. Shame it is ending after only 5 seasons, especially because each season was only like 10 episodes. But I did enjoy Star Trek Discovery, so haven't watched a Star Trek since watching Enterprise as a child with your dad. How's the weather been? I am not actually sure. What is the weather like? Not too bad. Looks like today it's a bit windy. Around 11 degrees right now, apparently. Rainy in California. Cool. Yeah, we're sitting at a time and think about what railroad workers used to go through. I do not. Saw some budding flowers today. Yeah, I only leave the house once a week, so. Hey, kitty charms. Hot in Arizona? Yeah. Isn't it usually hot in Arizona? I feel like that's one of the things Arizona is known for. Still we can clap some cheeks to Queen's Radio Gaga. No. Not sure I actually really like that song anyway. We'll see all the blossoms every time we go to Folsom Street Fair. What am I looking forward to this spring? Season 5 of Star Trek Discovery. Hey, Yosh. Yes, this is where I was a year ago, yeah. Yeah, I've now been in this room for 13 months. Hey, Joel. You Diddy raid? Um, my thought on the Diddy raid is I can't actually be all that surprised. Gardening or apartment gardening? Nope. Have I gone outside? Nope. Not since Thursday. Like I said, I leave the house once a week. Do my groceries on Thursday, and that's it. Hey, Kelly. You're working? Working sucks. Hybrid job? Nah, I wouldn't want to go into an office. I wouldn't want to have to go into the office. That sounds terrible. Not so bad when you can watch me and get paid. There is that, yeah. It's I mean, that's what I like about working from home is, nobody knows what I'm doing. I mean, they've got like fucking computer monitoring software, so like I'm pretty sure they can sort of, if they choose to, they can see what's on my screen, I think. Hey, Vion, would I work for Dan Schneider? Probably not. I consider letting Chantal move into my computer room. No, no. This is she cannot move into this place. Italicized paleontologist. What? What? What does italicized paleontologist mean? Is that an insult or Alpha Dom dating coach? No. No idea what you're talking about. Hey, Hazel. It's a compliment. Okay. thank you, I guess. Next one, let me see. The clips I have seen seem pretty good. You know, like I'm not watching the show itself, but I have seen clips of it on Twitter. Not the original, but still good. Pizza is burning like the rage of 1,000 men. Closet for the jacket, exactly. Yeah, closet is only for the jacket and those boxes of comics and my scale. Cheez-Its. I've never had Cheez-Its. But hey, Anunnaki, thoughts on the P Diddy situation? I mean, yeah. I wish the best for the women who were trafficked. Can I weigh in? I suppose I can. All right, I'll weigh myself. I can guarantee I'm 180. Pretty much on the dot. My weight literally has not shifted in a year. Your scale sounds broken. What weight am I heaviest? I was a little over 200. I think I topped out like 205 ish, 205, 210. Yeah, you can picks. That Jack Nicholson team up there. I mean, not over the course of the winter. I mean, it's been winter the past few months. So I haven't been wearing it. Get the same things every day. Just about, yeah. So yeah, my weight is just completely plateaued. I do not gain or lose any weight anymore. Do I think? Hey, cute ugly llama. Do I think llamas are cute or ugly? I mean, I think they're mostly cute. Hair conditioner. I use the Head and Shoulders 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. Summer jacket, exactly. Well, not when I'm shirtless, but yeah, I mean, it's a spring jacket, really. Like it's a jacket for like. It's not cold, but it's cool enough to get away with a jacket. Plateau is an area of relatively level high ground. Yes, I'm aware, Jenna. Run through my diet. I don't know. I usually have like a during the week when I'm working, I'll have like a muffin for breakfast. And then, throughout the day, I'll just snack on like Swedish berries, pistachios. I like pistachios. I have a lot of pistachios. Episode 3. Who is the Goblin Queen? Yeah, I mean, the fact that they went. I mean, I wasn't really surprised that they went that. Because I saw people speculating. Like, honestly, just about the time the first trailer was released, showing a pregnant Jean Grey. people were speculating that it was going to turn out to be Madeline Pryor. So not really surprised that they went that route. I mean, that is one of the iconic X-Men storylines. The fact that they rushed through like just one episode for the entirety of the Madeline Pryor saga, just like holy shit! Wow, that is very quick. Was that book I like? I mean, there's a lot of books I like. What kind of muffin? Blueberry muffin. Is horror, yep. I mean, it was based on Inferno, which was sort of a horror heavy storyline. That one book. Forest of a Thousand Lanterns is probably the one you're thinking of. That's the one that I have said is maybe my favorite book. Outlander? I have not watched Outlander. X-Men saving the Disney. I mean, I don't know that I'd go so far as to say that they're saving Disney. Too much sex? I mean, can you have too much sex? I mean, you probably can, but like, I don't know that I'd say X-Men are saving Disney. Like, I don't know that Disney was in a position where they needed to be saved. I am. Sex is the reason the ozone layer is gone. The ozone layer is not gone. The ozone layer has been repaired because the worldwide action was taken. But from watches the cartoon where the superhero has a mustache and just kills everyone. Invincible? Give me a second. I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. That's better. Do I believe in myth creatures? No. I do not. Queen Cobra? I have no idea who that is. Ozone layer is completely converged. No, the ozone layer is fine. The ozone layer is actually, that the holes that we're developing in the ozone layer have genuinely mostly closed. Like, it's one of those things where it's like genuinely like a huge success story where scientists identified a problem, identified the cause of that problem, and action was taken on a global level to address the cause, and that allowed the problem to fix itself. Any trivia lately? I think there was a few weeks ago. The bridge. Oh yeah, that's fucked up. No, I've never been waterboarded. No, global warming is still happening. Global warming was and the ozone layer were some different issues. Like those were separate issues. Yeah, the bridge collapse. Yeah, that was tragic. Bridge is your worst nightmare. Yeah. Sorry, my mom messaged me. Hey, Green 5. 10 cars that sank. Yeah. Beetlejuice 2. I mean, I have no particular. I have not seen the trailer for Beetlejuice 2. I did. I did hear that they did like that you know movie trailer thing of having like this slowed down somber version of the song from the original. Do I think monogamy is natural? Sure. I think some people gravitate towards monogamy, some people gravitate towards polyamory. Different people are different. Hey, Scriptgoat. Depends how long it takes you to get back. Thank you, Clearwater. What do I gravitate towards? I gravitate towards your mom. Online dating presence? I do not. It's foggy and room temperature. I mean, that's not room temperature. It is cool water. Hey, jeepers. Thoughts on divorce? Your mom's room temperature? Why has she rebranded the channel and added the ring yet? I have no idea. Hair looks very healthy. Yeah, it's because I washed it today. I use Head and Shoulders 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. YouTuber Ruby something. I've never crimped my hair now. crip walk to the bodega. I mean, we don't really have bodegas. We have corner stores. Like we have convenience stores. I don't know that I'd call a convenience store a bodega, though. I feel like that's something different. I don't know. Bodegas feel like a New York thing. Actually, serving hot and prepared food. Hey, Killface. Bodega has a culture to it. Yeah. Hey, Alice. Wine store. Nice. Yeah, we don't have. Yeah, I don't. There's no bodegas anywhere around me. Like, there's nothing anywhere. Hey, even there's nothing anywhere around me that would be Canada's a bodega because like bodegas apparently do serve hot and prepared food. There's nowhere around me that even has like sandwiches. Eastern Canada. I mean, I'm Eastern Ontario. You want a hoagie? I mean, I suppose Eastern Ontario is sort of Eastern Canada. No, Anunnaki. It's just my mom. Just chatting with my mom. And what place near you is Tim Hortons? I mean, yeah, it's Cornwall. It's Canada, so yeah, it's the only place nearby is always a Tim. Like, there's always a Tim Hortons nearby. Like in most of Canada, you're never really more than like a 15-minute walk from a Tim Hortons. Get me a silver play button, even a fake one. It has impacted smaller restaurants. Impacted smaller coffee chains, I think, or smaller coffee places. Like you don't really find, between Tim's and Starbucks. It's kind of hard to find smaller coffee shops. There are still some. It's just Starbucks food is bad. Yeah, I can believe it. Did MG ghost me? She didn't ghost me. She's busy. She's got a life. Donald will sell Krispy Kreme donuts by 2026. Good for them, I guess. Crazy neighbor? Who's crazy neighbor? Never had Starbucks food. The only Starbucks food I've had was like one of those cake pops. I've had like the birthday flavor cake pops. Yeah, they are expensive. They do cost more than they're worth, so they're not something that I got very often. That said, cost more than it's worth is, cost more than it's worth is, I think, basically Starbucks' entire business model. Dinner? Yes, I did eat dinner. I had Simi Bears before I came on live. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my boycott of Disney has had absolutely no effect on them. I don't think they've even like they have not noticed the lack of money they get from me. Low maple syrup reserves. They ranked during Chanel. I don't know. Probably not. Hey, hamburger rice. I suspect they probably wouldn't. Because I don't think they want to rent out. Like, I don't think, they can't, I don't think. Should we boycott carbon dioxide and see what happens? I mean, carbon dioxide is good for plants, so. Yeah, someone called me a puppet for it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was one of those. That was one of those. What the fuck are you talking about? Kind of things. Like, I'm a puppet for not giving a mega corporation more money. Thanks, Green Five. I don't even remember. Like, I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. It was just one of those weird comments, like, Mackenzie, thank you for the super chat, Mackenzie Redgen. I hope you had a good day today. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Mackenzie Ridgen. Hearts in the chat for Mackenzie Ridgen. They do good nuggets. They do. McDonald's does have good chicken nuggets. Is Diddy guilty? Probably. Hi, Jenna. Chicken nugget. Yep. Do like a good chicken nugget. Hey, Kiki. For dinner. I had Sandy Bears for dinner. I had chicken strips for dinner. Is KFC safe? Or boycotting them also? I mean, boycott them because they do give me the shits because they give me the shits too. One second. So yeah, I think KFC is another place that sort of that people are encouraged to avoid. So yeah, KFC is another of those places where it's encouraged to avoid. But like I said, I also try to avoid them because they give me the shits. What percentages do you think are paid off? I would say maybe like a third. Avoid to prevent IBS flare ups. Exactly. And yeah, there is the other thing where like the farms they source the chickens from aren't particularly great. Got a rat fetus in your 8 piece once. I mean, as long as it's still got those secret herbs and spices, right? You gotta at least eat the chick. You gotta at least eat the skin. You gotta at least eat the skin at that point. I mean, yeah, yeah. You don't eat that shit. Yeah, yeah. That's not something you eat. I mean, yeah. Some mushrooms that taste like meat. Frog legs taste like fishy chicken. Yep, everything tastes like chicken. No, I've never been anywhere close to suing anyone. Hey, Joanna. Because like I've never been in a situation where like a lawsuit would be reasonable. Can I just do a question? Nah. On your bucket list to sue someone? I don't know. I'm not really the type to sue. You want to sue the industry? As he sues people to make a living. Yeah, there are people who kind of do that, end up doing that. And entirely possible they'd be thrown out in court anyway. South Park? Nah. I used to enjoy South Park when I was a kid. Hey, Leanie. Why aren't we throwing a rager for Chantel's 40th birthday? I know. Another mushroom fact? Sure, comic book. But yeah, so like when I was like, 10, 11, 12, like South Park. When did South Park debut? Hasn't been live. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, she may want to spend the day to herself. Mr. Hankey's first episode you saw and you were hooked. I don't know what the first episode I saw was. I feel like it might have been the Mecha Barbara Streisand. So it debuted 97, so I think it had been on for a year or so when I started watching it, so I would have been, I guess, around 13. Hey, Donna. So yeah, I think I was around like 13. If you're growing mushrooms and you hit whatever they're growing on, they'll grow faster. It kind of simulates a tree falling, dying. Neat. That is interesting. Did they make the teacher trans? They did, and then they detransed him. And then they went all in on fucking transphobia. Hey, I am not watching X-Men 97 now. I'm seeing clips on Twitter, and that's it. I'm watching clips of it on Twitter. Yeah, so South Park, I probably would have been around like 13 when I started watching South Park, which is the perfect age to start watching it. Um, in all honesty. By like mid 20s, I was completely fed up with it. And it's not like I watched it religiously or anything like that. I think Rick made that fact up to hide the fact that he's been assaulting trees. Watched it from the beginning, it's always been good. What I would say is that when it was just a weird ass show, it was really fun. When it was trying to include any sort of commentary, it was fucking trash. In no small part because Parker and Stone just have shit politics. They destroyed Scientology. They did. They did do a really good takedown on Scientology. But also, like one of the episodes that stands out to me, and it was a fairly early one, was the episode about smoking. Their episode about cigarettes. Rose toy. Because like the basic, the overall message of that episode. Really, the overall message of that episode was that people shouldn't actually protest anything, frankly. Um, but like like they seem to be making the argument that like cigarettes are no worse than overeating, and that like people who that fat people are worse than the cigarette industry. I don't really know exactly what fucking message they wanted to get across, but it really seemed to be shut the fuck up, fatso. Fuck off, you fat fuck. Shut up, you're fat. You don't get to complain about anything because you're fat. You're fat, and that makes any opinion you have automatically irrelevant, you fat fuck. Like, in all honesty, like, that seemed to be the basic gist of that episode. That fat people are not allowed to have any concerns about anything ever because they're fat. Which episode? I don't know. It's an episode where like Rob Reiner was. I think it was Rob. I think the villain of the episode was Rob Reiner. But yeah, it was like these people were going after the tobacco industry. Yeah, people going after the tobacco industry because cigarettes are bad for you. But the dude who was leading the charge against the tobacco industry, he was fat. So like, you're fat. So why are you getting so upset about smoking when overeating isn't good for you? What rose toy is? I have no idea. I have no idea what the fuck a rose toy is. Hey, Lizette. Thank you. And it was just like such an unbelievably stupid argument that they were making. Like, just so blatantly clueless and disingenuous and just straight up fucking nonsense. Because, like, secondhand pork is not a thing. Right? Like, I go out, if I'm at a bus stop waiting for a bus and someone is smoking a cigarette, well, hey, depending on which way it went, going, hey, well, hey, now I fucking smell like cigarettes, and you I'm at risk of lung cancer and fucking all that shit. If I'm waiting at a bus stop and somebody's eating a sandwich, has no effect on me whatsoever. If somebody's smoking a cigarette, that may affect me. Like, it's, and beyond, and aside from that, yes, overeating is unhealthy. That is true. Overeating is not good. Food as a whole is necessary for survival. You do not need cigarettes to survive. Cigarettes are made with literal poison. Yep. Cigarettes are made with actual literal poison. The extreme allergens. Sure. But the point is, like, it's an idiotic argument to be making. No one's ever needed a cigarette for survival. People absolutely need food for survival. So, right off the bat, it's not really a good comparison. Overindulging in general is unhealthy. Whatever it is no matter what it is you're indulging in, overindulging in anything is bad for you. Indulging in cigarettes at all is bad for you. Would you rather starve or overeat? I mean, I guess probably overeat, but like, they're not comparable. Eating too much is bad for you. Smoking at fucking all is bad for you. Like, they are not comparable things. Cigarettes and food are not comparable things. And there's loads of people who got cancer because of secondhand smoke before we started actually cracking down on that sort of shit. Before we said no smoking in restaurants, no smoking in government buildings, most office buildings, you can't smoke inside. I don't know, Calface. You'd have to ask her. My friend and I used to pretend we were smoking Slim Jims when we were little. Yeah, I mean, I'd like, Halloween, I'd get those Popeye candy sticks that are like shaped like cigarettes, as Popeye cigarette sticks, and like, realistically can't partake in both on an average level and be fine. It's like smoking every day that gives you cancer. Right, but I mean, that's sort of my point. Like, cigarettes, if you're smoking, if you're smoking if you're smoking half a pack a day, you're at risk of cancer. And cigarettes are made to be addictive. So it's not going to take long for you to hit the point of doing half a pack a day. And for a long time, cigarettes were omnipresent. You couldn't go, you couldn't leave the house without being exposed to cigarettes because everyone was smoking and everyone was smoking inside. It's why it's why a lot of people ended up getting secondhand cancer. They're getting cancer from secondhand smoke. And like that's gone down specifically because people said, hey, fuck this shit. I don't want to fucking die from somebody else smoking. So laws started being passed in order to in order to reduce the number of places where people can smoke, in order to make it so that people are not being constantly exposed to smoke. Friend had about smoking habit. Want to go because she has animals? Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's tough. I'd love it if my mom could quit smoking, but yeah, all right, maybe the all right. So that stupid smoking episode might not have been quite as early as I thought. For some reason, I thought it was an early one, but I'm trying to find the episode because it genuinely did. Like, it is genuinely one of the absolute. ARFID? Do I suffer from ARFID? I couldn't tell you. Google it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Google the episode. Okay, that was season 7. For some reason, I thought it was a much earlier episode, but no, it was season 7. So yeah, just fucking that phone down children excess screen time factor. I know, I know. But yeah, it's just one of those things where like South Park is just when it's being stupid, it's really fun. When it's trying to be smart and insightful, it is incredibly fucking stupid. The more insightful they try to be, the stupider they actually fucking are. Because their politics are fucking stupid. Should we call to discuss how to make seafood? I will pass. I'm not interested in seafood. I don't enjoy seafood, so you go ahead and figure out how to make it, and I will go ahead and not eat it. Gordon Ramsay attempt to redeem his grilled cheese. He made another abomination and stuff. I feel like grilled cheese is one of those things that's like you take 2 pieces of bread, you stick some cheese between it, you grill it. Like there's no need to do any sort of like I mean like you can throw a few other things in here just to for preference, but at the end of the day, 2 pieces of bread and some cheese. Don't try to make it fancy. Don't try to get too elaborate with it. Don't try to come up with like the best grilled cheese ever. 2 pieces of bread, some cheese, grill it. Boom. You've got a grilled cheese. Grilled cheese with homemade bread? Yeah. You know who I'll bet never would have you know who I would bet never would have tried to do an elaborate grilled cheese? Anthony Bourdain. I'll bet you Anthony Bourdain's grilled cheese was just boom. Like, that was a guy who understood why people eat food. And I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's key to it. Anthony Bourdain knew why people ate food. Gordon Ramsay is like Gordon said once his kids prefer his wife's cooking. Now I understand. He made mushroom chutney and braised short rib for his grilled cheese. We hunger, father, please. Yeah. Like he's a professional chef. You know, Ramsay is a professional chef. So he wants to sort of figure out he's somebody who likes playing with he's someone who likes sort of playing around with the food. He likes playing around with dishes. I think Gordon Ramsay enjoys sort of playing around with dishes, figuring out, okay, what can I do with this dish to make it to change it up? How can I change this up? It would honestly probably do him some good to just meet some regular people and just sort of like I don't know, just like what Bourdain did. Do what Bourdain always did. Go around the world visiting different grandmothers and you know not sampling cuisine, but eating meals with people. I think that's sort of what he would benefit from. Not just like going around sampling cuisine, but eating meals with people who are making local dishes, making, just shit that's in their area that people in their area make. Hey, Kim, Kitchen Nightmares, briefly with the handle because they refer to the microwave as Chef Mike, who's used that often. That's kind of funny. You let him cook a meal for me? I don't know. I suspect he probably does make, like, I suspect his stuff probably is fancier than I would really want to eat. Travel the world to make meatloaf in every country and using their local foods for return. Yeah. He could also go the Chef Michael Smith route of getting high and seeing what's in his pantry. I always enjoyed that about Chef at Home. Chef at Home with I think it was Michael Smith. I think his name was Michael Smith. Thriller where they get invited to like a 5-star meal on a ship, but the chef's crazy. I have not seen that. I don't watch thrillers, so yeah, it was Canadian chef. He had a show called Chef at Home, and like I don't know if he was actually high or not, but general consensus that he was probably high. And yeah, he'd just like go into his pantry, grab just random shit from his pantry. He was in PEI. Exactly. Yeah, PEI, which is why people, which might be why people think he was high. But yeah, he just like, hey, what do I have? What do I have here at home? I mean, obviously, it was, he wasn't actually that ad libbed, but the point was, this is stuff you can't actually make at home. I think that was the point. It was like, this is stuff that you could make at home. Once in a while, it might require something that most people probably don't really have available very often. But yeah, I think that's something professional chefs can benefit from. Is just, here's what you know, here's what people generally have in their pantry. Make something normal. Is the chef from the puppet? Swedish Chef is awesome. You gotta love Swedish Chef. Ever get a cooking stream again? Who the fuck knows? Depends on whether I ever get a place of my own again. Season 2 Fast Dragons? I will not, Jordan. Nice when you first spaghetti at the wall. I mean, that's how you tell if it's done. That is how you tell that it's done. It's my deal date. I started doing it when cooking other foods unrelated to spaghetti. I mean, you should really only do it with the spaghetti. Like, it's not something you do with like lasagna. Don't throw lasagna at the wall. Instructions were not clear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did not explain in detail that you should not be throwing spaghetti at the wall, or that you should not be throwing lasagna at the wall. Just spaghetti. And before you put the sauce on. Like, you do it before you put the sauce on it. For a one strand at the wall. Just throw like one spaghetti at the wall. One spaghetti. Hey, Layla. Started watching other people since they only see me twice a week now. I'm sorry, Killface. How many walls are needed for this recipe? I mean, ideally you should have 4 walls just because, like, every home should have at least 4 walls. Like, if you only have 3 walls, then there might be a problem with your home. Your home might, if your home only has 3 walls, it might not actually be finished yet. And you should probably call somebody to get that taken care of. If your home only has 2 halls, then you're in deep trouble. What if it has a circle, like a teepee or yurt? Then okay, that's different. If that's the case, you probably shouldn't be throwing the spaghetti against it because it's cloth. Is a ceiling a horizontal wall? Is the floor a wall? No. Floor is not a wall. A floor is a floor. And a ceiling is a ceiling. Lukewarm take. It's just a horizontal wall. No. No, walls are vertical. Someone asked me if a hot dog is a sandwich. I make a mental note to never interact with them again. Right, because it's not. It is not. A sandwich is 2 pieces of bread with, stuff in the middle. 2 pieces of bread with things in the middle. How many pieces of bread? Hey, Tinka. How many pieces of bread does a hot dog have? It's 1. It's 1 piece of bread. It's not 2. It's 1. Therefore, not a fucking sandwich. Open face sandwich. What if it flipped? It's still, I mean, it's intended to be just 1 piece of bread. It's hinged, unlike your loyal viewers. Like, it's intended to be 1 single piece of bread. As far as like an open face sandwich goes, I mean, whatever. But like that is a variation on That is just like a variation on an existing thing, you know? Yo, it's taking a sandwich and just removing something from it. I'd argue it's no longer a sandwich at that. I'd argue it's no longer a sandwich at that point, despite the name. You know, if you've only like if you remove one of the pieces of bread, it's no longer a sandwich. Like it's toast. I mean, close too. Yeah, and it's an open face, Sammy. Right. Yeah, exactly. Like it's called something completely different at that point. Yeah, like toast is not a sandwich. Yo, if you toast a piece of bread, slap some butter and jam on top, that's not a sandwich. It is not the presence of bread that makes something a sandwich. A hot dog is a partial wrap. A hot dog A hot dog is closer to a burrito than it is to a sandwich. Do you believe in scooping out the bread to make room for ingredients? I mean, sure. Nothing wrong with doing that. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that hot dog is a burrito because burritos are made using like tortilla. Like a burrito is made using a tortilla. Um, so I mean, a hot dog is not a burrito. I'm just saying that that a hot dog is closer to being a burrito. It is closer to a burrito than it is a sandwich, than it is to sandwiches. It has more in common with a burrito or a taco. It has more in common with a taco than it does to a sandwich. And I'm going to go refill my water. Give me a second here to fill my water. Anyway, sandwich is meat between bread. So I think no, it is meat between. First of all, it doesn't require meat. Sandwich does not require meat. But it is meat between two pieces of bread, or it is ingredients between two pieces of bread. What about ice cream sandwich? Well, I mean, ice cream sandwich is. I mean, similar concept. It's they take something and they put it between they take two things of the same and put something else in between. Corn dog. You could argue. I mean, a hot dog is kind of its own thing. You could maybe make an argument for it being related to a roll. But a hot dog is kind of just its own thing. Who let the 14-year-old who just found the internet in here? I think if I asked for a sandwich, I would be happier to get a hot dog than a burrito. But I mean, at the same time, that's like you asked for a sandwich, not a hot dog. You know, like, I'm like, hey, can I get a sandwich? And somebody brings you a hot dog. It's like, I mean, okay, but that's not actually what I asked for. It's like I'll take it, but I mean, I do you like your hot dog with or without the crust? I mean, I generally prefer it in like an actual hot dog bun. If someone offered me a hot dog, I'd be disappointed to get a hot dog. I mean, we'd eat a hot dog with nothing on it. I mean, that'd be weird. It needs ketchup. A hot dog without ketchup just doesn't taste right. Take the bottom part of the bun off my hot dogs. Less bread, it does look like a Sammy. Hey, meat sweats. Yeah, I mean, in general, hot dogs, honestly, in general, are one of those things that's like once in a while, but not something I would want to eat on a regular basis. I have not done a jacuzzi stream. Meat sweats wants to see my water jets. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it. It just feels like it'd be uncomfortable sitting in there. even with pillows and blankets, I feel like I'd be uncomfortable sitting in there. You would be comfy with it? Yeah, but we are different people. What about with hot chicks? I mean, that arguably might make me less comfortable with it. Did I sled into the wilderness with solar powered roast toys? So cheat out for drugs. I mean, personally, I think Vanna's just, got shit going on in her life. Canada sucks right now. Indeed. It's not a good time to live in Ontario. Tell you that much. Everything's so expensive. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Canada, Canada could be doing better. The political parties suck. Yep. Best birthday I ever had. I don't know. I don't really remember most of my birthdays. Pick one. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never cared that much about birthdays. Must have been one you really enjoyed. I mean, probably. I just don't remember it. I do remember one year. I don't really have many memories of it overall, but I do remember one year. Uh, when I was like really young. This is when I was a kid. We did for my birthday. We did like an outdoor thing. The house I grew up in, our neighbors did a skating rink every year. Every winter, they'd like just make a little skating rink every summer. So one year for my birthday, I decided, hey, skate party. Yeah, everyone come over and just skate in the neighbor's backyard and have some hot chocolate in our garage because we had a garage back then as well. That's fun. Coldest fucking day of the winter. It ended up being like one of the coldest days of that entire winter. It was brutally cold. Yuri on Ice. I have not watched Yuri on Ice. Yeah, it was just an absolutely viciously cold day. Brooke can show me how to skate. I mean, I haven't skated in 30 years, close to, but I did learn how to skate when I was a kid. Like, I wasn't a good skater, but I did learn how to skate back when I was a kid. I just haven't done it in like 30 years. How can you not be a good skater? Then let us know. I mean, we're not all good skaters. Favorite character in The Office? Well, I don't work in an office. I'm work from home, so I don't work. I don't go into the office. Some person's ugly mutt chipped under your boyfriend's new car. I assume that's what you meant, Kiki. I just want to make a joke. I never actually watched The Office. Who would win a dance off, Tony Hawk or Justin Trudeau? I mean, I would give the win. I would give the edge to Tony Hawk in that instance. Only question is if anyone would actually know it was him. Yeah, he'd win it, and it'd be like, and the winner of the dance off is this guy who looks a lot like Tony Hawk. For some reason, he just seems to get that a lot. Like, that's just sort of a running thing with him, where people will tell him he looks a lot. Well, people be like, "You look a lot like Tony Hawk." Hey, produce. Yeah, like he'll be in an airport or anywhere, grocers or anywhere he goes. Anywhere he goes, somebody will be like, "Hey, anyone ever tell you look a lot like Tony Hawk?" It's on my wish list right now. Books. My wish list is a lot of books. like 400 books. That's not an exaggeration. Goodreads? Not anymore. I stopped using Goodreads a while ago. I mean, like, my account still exists. Like, I did create an account on Goodreads and it still exists. But I stopped, I stopped going on there a long time ago. Not for any particular reason. I just stopped. I think because I hit a point where I was like reading a lot less. And then even when would read something, I wouldn't bother going on there to give it a rating. I think I just got sort of like doing ratings. I got a little bit disillusioned with. We got a little bit tired of. For Goodreads, no, no. Goodreads is free. From the back, I kind of look like JFK. Pretends to impress us. To make reviews. Yeah, yeah. I did use to post reviews. Yeah, or I used to write reviews. I don't hate you, produce. Do I actually read even? Not in a while. I've learned not much anymore. I don't read very much anymore, produce. I really want to start reading more again. I do really want to read more again. But I just, it's hard. It is genuinely hard. Watch John Wick again another night. You share a likeness, and he's Canadian too. Yep. I mean, I do want to read produce. I never make the time for it. And like all the books that are on my wish list are books I do want to read. But like, you know, there's a reason I'm not buying. There's a reason I haven't been buying those books. Have I read any this year? The one thing I have read since this year started is Black Cloak by Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren and Becca Carey. I think I read Wizard of Earthsea near the end of last year, maybe, or did I read that this year? And yeah, and I did get this recently, Stonehearted by Meredith McLaren. Why don't I read children's books? I mean, I have read some children's books. Start a book club. Anyway, children's books are much smaller and easier. I know. So are comics. Comics are small and easy, and what about the fish with the pretty scales? One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish? Do you mean that book, Vanna? Why don't I read a shit ton of comics? I mean, I do read web comics. Just last time you went to buy comics. I mean, I've been to the comic shop a couple times since I've been back in town just to put in orders for a couple things. Ever burned a book? No, I have not. Do I look like my mom or dad more? I think I look more like my mom. I meant rainbow fish, but they're kind of the same. Do you want 400 books that you will stare at in your mind one through? Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, that is one of those things where it's like, I will admit, there is also that element of wanting to have books more than wanting to read them. You know, there's a lot of books that I want to have, I guess. But yeah, what I really want to start doing is reading some of the digital books I've got. Because I've got a lot of books that I got through through Kickstarter. I just got, you know, I just ended up getting like digital versions of them, so I need to read. I need to start. I really want to start on those. Do I like spicy food? I don't. I'm weak. Hey, Donut Predator. Did I ever read the Bible? I have read the Bible. Back when I was a teenager, I actually read through the Bible cover to cover. I remember virtually nothing about it. Audiobooks? I cannot do audiobooks. Completely. Yep. Cover to cover. I remember very little about it. I retained almost nothing, even as I was reading it. I retained almost nothing. Yeah, for audiobooks, like I've tried I have tried listening to podcasts. I used to listen to the Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men podcast. That I wasn't. I found it really hard. I found like just listen to that. I found it really hard to listen to that. Listening to an audiobook, I would find it really difficult because I'm not really an auditory learner. Where'd you get it from, Case? Just at a store. I think it's a store just like at the mall or something like that. Kindle? Yeah. Doesn't feel worth bothering with. It's my favorite thing about having a job and working. When I get my paycheck, do you argue drumsticks are basically Choco Tacos without the shape? I don't know. HR Geiger? Oh, that's a shame. Geiger was one hell of an artist. I've never had a Choco Taco. Do you think reading books is good for the brain? I mean, it can be. Like, you sit and read a book to yourself for an hour. Ever study new vocabulary from books? Not very often. I think about the bridge collapsed. That was, pretty tragic. No, there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever that it was any sort of attack. The ship was having technical issues. Um, they actually sent out a mayday reporting their technical issues, which helped get the bridge at least partially evacuated, so it wasn't as bad as it otherwise would have been. I do know the word kismet. Hey, Capone. Do I think I'm hot? I actually don't. I don't think I'm ugly. I think I'm, mid-level appearance. What is kismet? Kismet is like fate or destiny. Average. Yeah, I'm average appearance. Much like most people. Do you think you're more attractive when I was swimming? No. No, I think I've always been of average appearance, much like most people. That's what average is. What's P. Diddy's fate? Who cares? Visible abs? No. All right. And it has been 2 hours, so I'm going to end the stream here for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for more of Chronotopia. wait and see, but maybe the finale of Chronotopia. We'll see. For now, thanks for watching. Good video. I am not good at video games now. That's why I play visual novels. No skill required. So, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.